Earth, 2206. The Chaos Incident has ravaged our homeworld and beyond the stars. As a Protoss of the SS Nightmare, you must lead your agents across the wasted landscape to fight monstrosities, the Chaos Splitter, and even other humans to do what you can to save what's left of humanity, or completely lose your sanity trying. So when I found the videos talking about this game, I was instantly interested in its aesthetic. Then I saw the combat being that it was a card battling, deck building roguelite game with like Darkest Dungeon like sanity mechanics that you would have to try to fix on the field and repair the fragile ego of your agents, or try to do what you could to finish the mission, extract, and hope that you had ways to help them cope with their nightmares. After finally getting hands on time, thanks to Smilegate, I had playtest access for the most recent closed beta playtest. I've come out with even greater desire to play more of this game. It's crazy addictive. Some of the others met on the Discord that we had for this went insanely ham. Like, I'm talking 3 days worth of 13 hours plus a piece. At first glance, the cutscenes super stunning to look at. The story was a little cliche, but overall, probably one of the betters I've seen, especially in like a gacha game. The backgrounds and the characters are gorgeous to look at. They have the same style that they've done with Epic 7. The animators and the creators have absolutely outdone themselves. All of the characters are unique. There's not like a ton of similarities. There's not a lot of samies. Everybody has aesthetics based on where they're from. It's super interesting to kind of see it, especially when it plays out in a post-apocalyptic future, streetwear style across just about all of the different agents. Absolutely an aesthetic, super appropriate for the game. Some of the aspects of the game, however, I was sort of looking forward to from our first look event that they hosted last month. I thought they were just straight up missing. However, it turns out I found out like on the last day that they require a really specific setup in the combat to occur. So originally they showed this sequence where if you die, you would like get taken out by the monsters with this fuzzy sort of CRT overlay, and then it would just TV off and you'd lose your connection to your agents. So it was like, oh, they're dead. Well, normally that doesn't happen unless you specifically have requirements met for that to occur. Other than that, the other real major issue, I guess you could say, I had with it was that when you auto progressed the text, certain spots where you would have either an automatic response or a bulk of narrated text would go away really quickly. So there wasn't enough spacing between when the automated text with no voiceover finished and the next line would start. So you'd have to either be a super reader or trying not to read out loud. So it got a little quick at certain points. So I think maybe if they slowed that part of it down just a little bit, it'd probably be a bit better. And obviously there's a log like every good visual novel has. So you have the ability to go back and read things that you may have missed. But there's that whole conceptualization of immersion breaking that maybe they shouldn't have done there. However, Smilegate was super quick to respond to our bug reports and a bunch of other feedback we had in the Discord that we talked about while we were doing stuff. So that bodes well for live. They did also make comments in the official Discord for CCN after everything had been completed that basically stated, and I quote, the dev team will personally share an update on the game's future direction and test results in early October. So again, it bodes well for the fact that they have their eyes on what we said, not just across the official Discord, but also in our sort of separated Discord as well. As far as monetization and banners look, they seem like standard gacha. They have a rate up banner that will be attached that will have a Hoyoverse style 50-50 mechanic. 1,600 base gems for a full 10 pull. People in the Discord were basically theorizing it's about a 47% on a standard banner to get a 5% before you actually hit the soft pity cap. And then hard pity is actually at 70 pulls, which is a little bit further than some. I think some are 60, some are 80. It just depends on what you're playing. But in most cases, it's a pretty average guarantee on a 5-star if you actually hit 70. We don't really know what the gems are going to cost yet, as we weren't given access to anything for purchasable items during the playtest. The base roster is very solid. There's a few outstanding agents that you might be looking for right out of the gate. That being said, Smilegate did say that they have no plans for a real reroll system because on PC you have to have your game automatically linked to your Stove account. So as soon as you log in, it's already linked. So what you get is what you get. Now, that being said, there are ways to go into the menus to reset the data. Basically, it just deletes the account and then you have to restart it. So the only true way to re-roll would be on Android or iOS, where you could actually log in as a guest to start before you actually link it to an account. Try for your rolls, try to see if you can get the 5 stars that you want, and then once that's done, link it to your Stove account, and that allows you to then play on PC without any real issue, because now you've got all the agents that you want and the partners that you want. There are 3 different banners. There's a character banner, there's a partner banner, and there's a cosmetics banner. The cosmetics banner uses a separate currency that is obtained through different methods of gameplay. All of the currency that I got was very easy to obtain through standard play. They gave us a overabundance of materials to roll, because they really wanted us to try to get as many characters as possible so that we had the chance to actually play with everybody. Some people, like myself, only ended up getting a total of 4 or 5 stars with 1 dupe. There were other people that had close to almost all of the 5 stars. I think they were missing maybe 4 characters in total across 4 and 5 stars at the end of it all. Some people had really good luck. I just didn't. My gacha luck has never been good, so it kind of makes sense. But that being said, it does look like it is something that could be done. A lot of the players seemed to think that it was the way to go, but we'll see what happens when live goes up. So before I let you go, I'm just going to leave you with a quick snippet of the combat that I really thought was one of my favorite attacks from Mei Lin, from my stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy the combat in this just as much as I do. Hiya! Bro, why is she so dope? Ah, I love her so much. She's so cool. She's so cool. Still with the shield, and then we'll throw it here. Didn't kill it. That's unfortunate. Target on. Oh, this is funny. Alright. Shadow daggers, reload. Get absolutely deleted. Overall, I enjoyed my time with the playtest, and I'm absolutely looking forward to more information. They did state that there's most likely going to be some presence at TGS this upcoming weekend, the 25th. And the release of this could be maybe late this year, sometime early 2026. We don't have a firm date yet. That being said, there is a possibility they may push back some stuff just to make sure that things based on our feedback is put in or fixed in the game. One of the biggest bugs that I found while I was playing was one of the main characters I really wanted, Mei Lin, had a problem with her ego ability, which is basically like her ultimate attack. It's supposed to give a 1-turn, 100% crit chance, 200% crit damage buff for that entire turn. And when you looked at the actual picture of what was supposed to be there, it said it was a 1-turn nan percent. It was a 4-turn 1% crit chance nan percent crit damage boost, which basically meant that it was broken. It wasn't calling to the formula correctly, and so it didn't actually give her a boost to anything. So while she was basically able to kill stuff very easily on her own, the buff didn't work, so she was doing way less damage than she's supposed to. The game itself, while we were playing, only allowed us to get to level 30 for the player level, which meant our characters could only get to level 30 as well. The game itself is set to a maximum level of 60 for launch. There's additional endgame areas, such as boss challenges, and a new section that none of us really had access to called Memory Fragments, that looked like additional gear to outfit each of the units to make them even more powerful for all of your runs. Obviously, there's a ton of variety, the different hunting modes, and the save game farming that you can do in the roguelite mode. That could be used in story and your daily grinding and your hunting modes. Content galore, all the waifus. Chaos Zero Nightmare seems to share a lot of what makes the deck building roguelite genre fun and repeatable with a gacha flair. At this point, pre-registration is still going on as of the release of this video, so check out the links below and sign up to play, and I'll see all of you protos out there in the chaos.